This is Trish Bassani. Join me for the Voiceover Cafe right here on the Entrepreneur Podcast Network.
You're listening to EPN.
This is the Green Business Podcast Show here on EPN, the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. And now your host, Eric Dye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Green Business Podcast Show here on EPN. This is Eric Dye. The Green Business Podcast Show is your EPN channel for better informing you how to green your business, hear how others have made their business green, bring awareness to a green economy, and the advantages it brings to your community as a whole. Today we are visiting with Keiko Napier, who created her second company, True Protection, that works with artists to create dramatic cell and tablet covers, manufacturing predominantly in the United States, using post-consumer waste plastics. In giving back to the community, True and the artists donate a portion of the proceeds to foundations focusing on community and environmental outreach. Keiko, welcome to the Green Business Podcast Show here on EPN.
Thank you, Eric, for welcoming me.
Likewise, and I'm also excited to hear about your company, True Protection. So let's start there. Tell us a little bit about True Protection.
Well, True Protection was founded in 2008, and our intention has always been clearly to commit to manufacturing and assembling here in the U.S. We've been quite successful with manufacturing an iPhone case made out of recycled plastics and also redesigning our package to be completely recyclable. We're always in search of other partners so that we can further expand our Made in the U.S. line.
We've heard about Heather Brown. Tell us about her connection to True Protection, and is she a part of a larger artist community you work with?
Yes, we were introduced to Heather's art on a family trip to Kailua, Hawaii. And the store owner explained to us what a wonderful person she was and how she was involved with community outreach. So I immediately emailed her, and she got back to me right away. And it's really been an honor to work with her and her husband, Chris. They've really been out there supporting causes such as Surfrider, Hokua Hawaii Foundation, and just in general, as you stated in the opening, that they really and we really support communities and ocean environment causes. So she is the first of the artists that we've been working with in this campaign, but we are looking forward to expanding this outreach with other artists.
Keiko, what are your goals for the company this year moving forward?
Well, as mentioned before, we are always looking for more manufacturers that we can work with here in the U.S. We also hope to expand our distribution channels. We currently sell in Canada in a wide range of stores and have not been as successful in the U.S. and are looking to expand that. We're also looking for, as we mentioned, more artists to participate in the projects and to just continue true to our company mission to manufacture in the U.S. and keep things clean. Try to use as many recycled plastics as possible.
We are visiting with Keiko Napier, founder of True Protection, that works with artists to create dramatic cell and tablet covers, manufacturing predominantly in the United States using post-consumer waste plastics, here on the Green Business Podcast Show, a part of the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. We know you've been involved with Power Support USA and True Protection. Is the screen film the same? And tell us about the new True film.
The film is made in Japan of the same high quality that Power Support is known for. But after the devastating tsunami, we realized the importance of having other places where we can process our film and cut the film. So we're actively looking for support here in the U.S., but unfortunately we are currently having the film processed offshore. But we do assemble and package in our Glendale processing center, and that helps us keep our carbon footprint low as we're sending the bulk product out from Glendale, California.
We see a lot of water and ocean-inspired work in the True line. Is this a passion of yours personally?
Yes, it is. I have two sons, and our favorite family vacations have always involved the ocean. Just thinking about it invokes the feel of the sand between my toes and the sun on my skin. And it's also a constant reminder to us of how connected we all are, regardless of where we live on this planet. So yes, it is a big factor in my life.
Keiko, tell our listeners where they can be in touch or get more information online about True Protection.
Our website is truprotection.com, so it's true without the E. But you can see updates about what we're doing in our Facebook and Twitter as well. and we try to update that on a regular basis.
Very good. And what could you leave with our listeners, Keiko, in form of a tip in conclusion that could help our listeners be more green conscious?
Now, really look into the company that's manufacturing and distributing your product. There are so many companies that sell products purely for the sake of making money. And I believe that the way to start the movement of Made in the U.S. is for consumers to really look at the package, understand the company's mission, and support the companies that are trying against all odds of high costs and difficulty of manufacturing here in the U.S. Please support us.
She is Keiko Napier, who created her second company, True Protection, that works with artists to create dramatic cell and tablet covers, manufacturing predominantly in the United States using post-consumer waste plastics. In giving back to the community, True and the artists donate a portion of the proceeds to foundations focusing on community and environmental outreach. And the website of reference is trueprotection.com. Keiko, thanks so much for being a part of the Green Business Podcast Show.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And this is Eric Dye, and you've been listening to the Green Business Podcast Show, a part of EPN, the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. Check us out on Facebook and receive exclusive content that you certainly do not want to miss. And once again, we do thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to the Green Business Podcast Show here on EPN, the Entrepreneur Podcast Network. For more information or to subscribe to this podcast, visit epodcastnetwork.com.
This is the ePodcast Network.